Hi there. So this is Claire Ackers from Odessa. I'm a leadership and mindset coach, and last week I wrote an article which seemed to land pretty well, so I thought it might be fun to record a video version as well. So this is 10 tips to stay sane when you're suddenly working from home. So as you can see, I am in my shed quarters in my back garden. I've got all my books behind me. I've got all the equipment I need to carry on running my business. So I thought I might see if I can help anybody else. There's no doubt about it. In these uncertain times, it's pretty tricky to make a firm plan, especially when advice is changing rapidly, sometimes daily, sometimes hourly at the moment. And it's looking increasingly likely that many of us will be working from home for the foreseeable future if we aren't already. While it's wonderful we have the opportunity to use technology in this way, and it's quite possible that this will be the saviour of many of the population's health, if not the economy, working from home can cause real challenges to our mental health, no matter how resilient and tenacious we think that we are. So I'm a mindset and authenticity leadership coach, and here are my top 10 tips. So, number one, be mindful that this is a very, very weird situation. This generation has no blitz spirit to call upon. We've never really been in a situation, been tested like this before, and now more than ever, we need to be kind to ourselves and just take every day one step at a time. Mindfulness and yoga work really, really well for me, and I can absolutely recommend Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. It's free and it's an excellent resource, and she's got loads and loads of content on there and is really accessible. Number two is solitude. This is very different from isolation. I'm quite introverted, and I'm very, very conscious of my need for time on my own, for my own sanity, and also so I can be in a good place to be there for my family when they need me, and they get the best of me. So if we are in this for the long haul, and let's face it, it looks like we are, it's really, really important to be honest about your needs. For me, reading, you can see I have a good list of books there to be getting through in the next wee while. So reading and sitting on my garden bench, which is just out there in the sunshine, with a coffee will keep me centered and make sure that my family are getting the best of me. Number three, setup. So try to do what you can, and I know it's not easy for many of us. Try to ensure you've got a calm, creative, inspiring workspace which isn't going to get messed up by your kids. So when I first set up my business, I tried to work from the dining room, which meant I had to tidy up every night and my stuff kept getting messed with, and it was just an absolute nightmare. I think I managed a couple of months before I ended up building this garden shed and having that as my office. And then I spent the first 2 years of my business, Odessa, working from this very garden office, which I called my shed quarters. So I've spent the weekend getting it all kitted out again. I've got my printer set up, I've got all my lighting, I've got my monitor, everything I need to run a functioning business essentially. And that actually does give me a tick in the solitude box as well, because I can come out here and escape from kids. So number four, control. Be mindful of what you let into your world. It would be very, very easy to spend 24 hours a day scrolling mindlessly through social media and glued to the news and reading every single message that's coming through on your WhatsApp groups. However, there are a lot of updates. There is a lot of speculative, ill-informed stuff out there. So instead, think about what you can control, and I'm going to be posting an exercise about how you can actually do this. But for starters, your mindset, your thoughts, your reactions, and your breathing. There is a lot happening outside our front doors at the moment that we can't change, we haven't got any influence over, but what we can do is control how we react to it. So number 5, proactivity. Action makes you feel better. Another thing you can influence, if not 100% control, is how you spend your time. I appreciate that many of us have got challenges in terms of suddenly having to be teachers and having to follow odd work patterns and so on, but don't just wait for things to happen to you. Take positive action, whether it's trialling design software for a virtual presentation or organising a street WhatsApp group. I'm particularly enjoying playing around with Canva at the moment, which is a new string to my bow. There's all sorts of stuff going on out there in terms of free resources for the kids, for yourself, virtual tours of museums. Just keep busy. So number 6, adding value. What is your unique gift? What skills do you have that would help the world right now? For me, this is exactly that. I've been reaching out to my leadership coaching clients to offer support that hopefully will help them, but to be honest, also really helps me to feel useful and like I'm actually affecting positive change at the moment. And it really does give a sense of normality as well. Then number 7, routine. This is a biggie for me. I'm naturally quite an anxious person, and I've discovered that one of the triggers for me is if I don't really have a routine. If I attempt to have a lazy day and just try and sit around all day, then it's really not very good for me. I do get anxious quite quickly if I have no routine to follow. I have designed a family lockdown schedule that hopefully will allow my husband to work, me to work, if albeit odd hours, and the kids to continue schoolwork. I have 3 children, although I'm being pretty flexible and relaxed about how much schoolwork we're going to get done, because I'm a teacher, and also have exercise and downtime too, and a bit of solitude for me. And for me, a really important one is getting up, getting dressed for work, putting makeup on. It just helps feel normal, even if I am just coming outside in the back garden to sit in the shed. And then number 8, connect. We are so lucky that there's so much technology around us where we can reach out to friends and family. So in the family lockdown schedule I mentioned, I've added an hour a day for FaceTiming with friends and family. Zoom is fantastic, Skype's there. My son's class is using Teams, the kids can talk to each other. It really is fantastic. I used Zoom yesterday evening to have a glass of wine with my 2 friends, and it worked absolutely fabulously. It was brilliant. I run a business owners networking group in my town, and we've just scheduled a virtual cuppa every other day at 9:30, normal time we finish the school, and just to have a chat and a catch up over Zoom. And then number 9 is be creative. How can you use this time? Are there jobs around the house you've always wanted to do? Can you get the kids outside painting the fence? Would you like to write a journal about this experience? I imagine there's going to be some really interesting literature and reports and accounts coming out about this period in our history. What about teaching the kids to code, for example? I got my husband a Raspberry Pi for Christmas that's been sitting in the box for a year or 2, so that might be a good opportunity to get that out. And also, as well as being creative, be pragmatic too. So it's looking like there's going to be 5 of us in our not enormous family home for the foreseeable future. So me and my husband are probably going to have to tag team working hours. So he's probably going to be working 9 to 5, although he's not coming in my shed. And then I'll have to work evenings and weekends as well. It's actually Sunday afternoon at the moment. And then finally, number 10, think of this period as the coronavirus chapter. So again, I'm going to be posting a coaching video about this, but project yourself forward in time to when all this is over and we've got through it and we've come out the other side. What qualities will you be proud of displaying? How do you want to have behaved? What reaction do you want to have modelled for your children? Just a bit of food for thought there. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this reaches some people that need to hear it today. We will come out of this as a society. We will be better. We will rebuild, and we've all just got to take it one step at a time and pull together, really. If this has been helpful, then drop me a line. My email is claire@adessesearch.com, claire@adesse search.com. There's a link at the end of this video as well. And for more mindset tips and advice, please visit adessesearch.com. Thanks so much. Bye.